It's Saturday, January 11th, 2025. I'm TC Kirkham, and this is the Kirkham Report.
TC Kirkham, the Kirkham Report.
Hey all, TC Kirkham here, the Kirkham Report. I hope you're all in a good shape, considering all the crazy stuff that is going on around the country this week with the fires in California and the massive snow and ice storm down south. I hope everyone's staying well. I'm on this camera today because this is just going to be a little bit of a rant show or a talk show. I have more stuff I've picked up from Dawn and Mary, though I'll be showing that off next week. But this week has been a heck of a week. I've been on vacation from work, and the whole plan was to get everything done and caught up and get things properly launched for the new year. Well, all of that went kind of belly up the day after Christmas. I told you I was having trouble with my drive. Well, disaster has struck. And nothing serious. It's not even as serious as Professor Carlson's flood disaster, but I've been collecting digital music since I worked for DiscJockey.com back in 1997. Over the years, I downloaded a lot of good music from various sources. I ripped all my CDs. I had everything digitized that made it super easy. And all these bands that I listened to that I talked about on my year-end show, got a lot of that too. On the day after Christmas, I started having problems with my computer. I was trialing out a new DJ program that I was going to use for Saturday Night Disco Party. Help me do the mixes and stuff. And I tried it out. I liked it, but it was a little cumbersome, and so I decided to delete the program. I uninstalled it properly, then I ran my Fortect program, which has helped me keep things balanced. And all of a sudden I started having all kinds of computer problems. I tried to reverse it, didn't help. I reloaded Windows, didn't help. I wasn't sure what was going on. Well, what was going on was my media drive. I've had this media drive since about 2002 or 2003. It had easily had 500,000 plus files on it of just music in either WMA or MP3 format, plus a ton of stuff in MP4 and a bunch of videos. And I didn't know what was happening. So I waited until I was on vacation this week. I worked around it because I had stuff saved on different drives. I worked around it last week. And this past Monday, I took the drive into Micro Center and I said, can you save everything on this drive? Because it's not reading anymore. I need you to save it. Can you recover it and move it to this new, I bought an SSD drive to move over to it, everything onto. And they said, sure, shouldn't be a problem. Take us 48 hours. So, Wednesday, I got the call that it was ready. I got the readout. It said they had to reinstall they were having trouble reading the drive. They had to reinstall the operating system using Linux, and that was able to find everything, and they moved it all over. Didn't notice that the number was off. When I plugged it in Thursday, all the music files are gone. Every last one of them. Most of the production video stuff, not all, but most of it, they managed to save. They managed to port over the hierarchy, but all the music files are gone. 500,000 plus MP3s are gone. And this includes all the stuff I've downloaded, all the rips, all my DVD rips, CD rips, all of my radio production rips, everything I had musically on that drive is gone. I was fit to be tied. I was actually like drowning really easily. I was so upset because I have had this collection for 28 years and it is just devastating to me. And then I started to think about it. I'm not as upset as I was, not by a long shot. When I wrote Dawn on Thursday, letting her know what happened, I was miserable. You can tell it in there. But I sat down, and Kim sat with me and helped me get through this. And I'm realizing this isn't such a bad thing. I mean, it is a bad thing. It's a horrible thing. It's going to take me months to recover everything. But I don't have to stop doing my shows. Two of the most important shows that I do, the chart shows, I download stuff for those generally anyway, radio retro and flashback tracks. So those will be back fairly soon, hopefully this coming week. Classic charts is going to be a little bit more difficult because that was my collection. I think I've got enough saved for another 2 or 3 weeks. I got to check. And I've been reassessing things. I can re-rip the CDs. That's not an issue. It's going to take me a couple months. I've got over 1,000 CDs now. And that doesn't include the hit discs I have from TM Century. And it doesn't include the radio production discs and the production music discs, all of which will have to be re-ripped. And a couple of them I no longer have access to. But I've pretty much lost all but 3% of my collection. It's going to take me a while to recover. I have to go through and see what I have. I lost some of my production music because I didn't have it. A lot of that came from when I worked at Disc Jockey and I just ripped it and took it back to work. So I lost all my promo onlys. I can't get those back. I lost a lot of the TM Century music prior to 2000. That's all gone. Anything that was owned by the company or by my boss, Rich Chadwick, is gone. I have a lot of stuff that I've digitized. Thankfully, I hadn't started digitizing my collection yet. I would have been fit to be tied. It's bad enough that all the hard work I had I've spent 2 weeks before Christmas refixing everything while I was doing the Christmas shows and everything else. Trying to get all the files straightened out, get all the names on the files fixed and everything. I think all that hard work is what finally killed the drive, which is 20 years old. So, it's going to be a while for me to recover. It's going to take a couple of months to re-rip all the CDs. It's going to take a while. I got to get in the closet and dung out 2 or 3 boxes that have my radio production stuff in it and my hit discs in it. And a lot of the hit discs were downloadable only after 2016, so I've lost all those. And I've lost everything I've downloaded from Pool the last 4 years. I'm not sure if I can get that back yet. I can get certain things back that I know. I can re-download everything I purchased from Amazon and Bandcamp, I think. eMusic, not so much, because a lot of it I bought when they had a license with Universal. So that's where all my Carpenters albums came from. It's where a lot of that stuff came from. I can't get those back without paying for them. And all the stuff I downloaded through Napster and LimeWire is gone. Most of that is replaceable. I think I have some backups of the really early stuff that from when I was at Disc Jockey and right after. I think I have some backups of that. Unfortunately, the backup I thought I had on the cloud of the entire disc, they can't find it. I had a service. they can't even find my account, even though I've been paying for it every month. So I'm not happy about that. I'm fighting with them now. Um, it's been a hell of a vacation week. But I am looking at this on the bright side. I can re-rip my CDs at a higher bit rate so I get better quality. I can make sure all the naming conventions, and I had a really unwieldy tree system set up for my music drive. I had all the production music together. I had all the Amazon, all the Bandcamp, all the downloads, SoundCloud, all that stuff all together. And it made it really hard to find everything. I had all the CDs separated, digital music stuff I downloaded from YouTube. It was all separated. And I was trying to come up with a system where I could indicate where I got it, but keep it all in an artist-based system. I'm not sure if that's going to be feasible, but I'm going to try and do it that way this time when I reset everything up. um, like I said, it's going to take me a while to do this. And finding some of the stuff is probably going to be next to impossible. Um, I know I've lost quite a bit that I can't replace, but I've had a lot more come in since then too. So I mean, number one, I wanted to get a new drive. I bought the 5 terabyte um, hard, what do they call those, SSDs, solid state drive, for the music drive because I've heard they're more dependable. There's no parts to break. So unless something zaps it, it's going to be fine. It's an external drive, so I can unplug it and plug it into a hub if I need to or whatever. Or take it from machine to machine if I need to. Um, but yeah, so my shows are going to be erratic as all hell the next couple of months. Obscuria, uh, that was where I was pulling most of that stuff from the stuff I had downloaded from LimeWire and all the stuff I loved from, and my CDs. Obscuria is going to take some time off. It'll be back hopefully by the beginning of February. And I'm going to start it on Thursday because I crashed on Christmas Day. And then Thursday and Friday of that week, I didn't get to post those. So I want to start so I can have my spreadsheet be not wonky. So when Obscuria does come back, it will come back on a Thursday. I don't know how soon it'll be. It might be this week, might be next week, might be the end of the month, might be February. I don't know. It'll depend on how fast I can get stuff done. Now that I'm not going to be on vacation anymore, I won't be able to do things that fast anymore. My goal is to have all my CDs ripped by my birthday in March. That'll take time. And Kim's CDs are in storage, so I'll be without all her metal stuff, so there goes any hair metal show I was planning to do. Right now, I have some, but not as much as she does. I'm still planning things. Oh, I lost all my Summer of 78 stuff also. All the stuff I've been prepping for that for 4 years. All gone. The music, I think, is on another drive, but all of the production stuff I'd done was on the media drive, and it puffed up. It saved some stuff. I mean, I'll be honest, I had almost 3 terabytes of stuff on that drive. They saved less than half a terabyte. So you can imagine how much stuff I've lost. It's a painful thing for me. It's very painful. Because my music is what I live for, and I had a lot of stuff set up on that drive that was private for me and Kim, and it's all gone too, and I don't know if I can replace those. I don't know if I have printouts of all the lists and stuff. I'm never going to be without music. I have my turntable. I have all this vinyl. I have Spotify for streaming. I do have, in searching through the library on the other drives, I do have quite a bit I didn't have on that drive. All of the radio retro shows, all the flashback track shows, and everything for the Pop 50 Challenge are all stored on another drive. So I didn't have a lot of that music before I downloaded them for those shows. And the Pop 50 Challenge came mostly out of my collection, but I downloaded what I didn't have for those. Those are on a different drive, and I can still save those. I'm going to get them all cleaned up before I move them into the new music drive. But a lot of Obscurio will probably be coming from that when I get it started. I also found that a lot of my stuff from the radio stations we had when we were doing them in the 2009 to 2014 period, a lot of stuff I had there, excuse me, also on another drive. So those are all saved. But it's not even 2% of what I had. But it's a start. And I keep trying to tell myself that, because this has not been a good week at all. And I have the old drive. I don't have a hub that it'll work with. The one I have doesn't like it. It's too new. So the old drive I'm saving, and I'm going to get a new updated hub, and hopefully it'll be able to see it there. And maybe I could still salvage some stuff. I don't know. I doubt it. If Micro Center couldn't, and they're just about the best people on the planet for that stuff, because I've used them before, and they have always never done me wrong, and won't do me wrong this time. I've used them when I lived in Ohio, too. There was one in Columbus, and I used them a lot, too. I have a long way to get back to speed. But this, as I said, will allow me to reassess how I had things set up, how I will be managing stuff. Now, Mixcloud is not going to premiere probably till March or April, like I said. And so that's kind of taken a side seat. Excuse me. I figure I'm already a year behind on that anyway, so it's not a big deal. My shows that don't use music clips will be back in the next week or two. And hopefully, I have enough to do Disco Fever on the other drive. I told you that last week. So I had just moved that to the other drive. Thank you, God. So I will be doing that, and it will be up tonight, I hope, as scheduled. And I'm hoping Radio Retro and Flashback Tracks will be back tomorrow and Thursday, respectively. The rest of the stuff I'm still working on, and I'm just going to be piecing together. And I should ramp up again full by the end of the month, as full as I can. And I got to get the CDs all squared away, because I'm actually working on that now, and I can grab now I can use this as an excuse to pull the boxes, get the CDs done, get them in the drawers, get them where I can grab them all the time again, because they're in these little file boxes up here on top of one of my Calaxes. And except for the ones I bought in the last 5 years, which are mostly still in the boxes. My whole point of this is, yeah, I'm devastated, and it's going to take me a while, but I will recover. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to continue to use my subscriptions, download what I can back again, rip what I can back again. Hopefully, Dawn and Mary made some generous offers to me. I'll probably take advantage of those at some point. I will survive, as Gloria Gaynor says. It was hard for the first couple hours, because that drive meant a lot to me, and I lost a lot of stuff I had from discjockey.com, which was memories for me. My boss, Rich Chadwick, passed away a few years ago. He was very young. He was only in his late 40s, and he passed away from cancer. He was a great person, and I loved working with him, and what I had left from him, I don't think I'm ever going to get back, and I'm really sorry about that. I may have some disc jockey stuff stored on CD, I don't know. All our old podcasts have gone poofta, so I think I have those stored on CD too. And I'm talking the shows we used to do, Subject Cinema, Ring Around the Rosie. They're all on YouTube anyway, and I can download them, but that's from our other channel, PNR Networks, if I need to. But this will give me a chance to reassess everything, to reorganize everything. was worried because I didn't think I had a complete list, and then I realized, hey, wait a minute, dummy. Music Bee has everything listed. It's not all sorted properly, but it does give me enough that I can go on for stuff that I really will need to replace. Music Bee is the play program that I use, and I love it. It's got a great setup, and you can customize it, and I can do a lot of stuff with that. And I wish it could print out lists of what's registered, but it doesn't. But I can look on the screen and find it. I just can't upload the new stuff until I get it done, or it'll wipe out everything I had. So I won't be using it for a while, but that's okay. I have other ways to play music. I've rambled enough about this. I want to remind you that we will be having our usual Finding Your Music Mojo this Monday here on TKR Video Central and Two Hip Chicks. Dawn and I will be talking about protecting your musical investment, which wasn't the planned thing, but she suggested it after my drive problems. And after I got a better perspective, I'm like, yeah, why the hell not? Let's go ahead and do it. And you can tell, I could tell my cautionary tale. And, but there's other things we mean, like sleeving, protecting your sleeves, protecting your records. We've gone over it a few times, but we haven't done a whole show on it in over a year. So hopefully you guys will tune in on that. That'll be Monday at 7 on TKR Video Central and Two Hip Chicks on YouTube and TKR Video Central on Twitch. I do plan to have Saturday Night Disco Party up tonight, hopefully. I do believe I have enough that without doing too many repeats for this week's show. And once I get re-ripped, I'll have all my disco music back again. That'll be up at 11 o'clock. I am 13 subscriptions away from 1,000. If you know somebody that hasn't subscribed, tell them to subscribe. I'd love to hit that 1,000 mark this week. I'm 2 weeks behind my goal now, and I have all this bad shit going on. It would really be nice to make that 1,000 subscriber goal. Thank you to everybody who's been reaching out and been expressing sympathy about my drive problems, which a lot of people have known about for a couple of weeks. And thank you to everybody out there who has been listening to my rants and who will always be there for me. They know who they are, but they're led by Dawn and Mary, Professor Carlson, and a few other people. Things will get back to normal eventually. I don't know. I'm up to the point where I have enough time at work that I think I have 8 weeks of vacation every year. 6 to 8 weeks. And I usually take my birthday week off, and I usually take Eurovision week off, and then I scatter the rest in 2 or 3 day periods. So I probably won't have any more time off until March, but I'm hoping to have all my stuff ripped by then. And this new drive, I hope, will be stable enough to handle all the digitizing I want to do. And I still haven't put in the new camera. I found extra slots in my drive, in my board, so I was able to plug the new drive right into it. I haven't installed this yet. This is my PCI that I bought. It's going to go in. It's you can't see it because of the thing, but it's a 7-slot expansion card. And I have also been noticing they have these cool hubs for 3.5 and 2.5 drives that you can plug all into one, and then they'll all feed in from one line, which I would love. I'm still looking into that, though. I don't know how well they work and if they're all really super compatible. And the one of them closes with a magnet, which bugs the hell out of me because it's computer stuff. I don't want to use that, but I want to see. I basically want to get everything so that they're all connected instead of scattered all over the place, which is where they are now. And I still have 2 3.5 drives. All the rest have been converted to 2.5 drives, but it's going to be a fun couple of months. Bear with me, roll with it. And hopefully I will be able to get back to my normal show next Saturday. I have 2 packages of stuff from Dawn and Mary's show. I have 2 more coming. I'm disappointed I didn't hear from anybody about Lon and Derek after last week's show. I was hoping to hear from somebody. And I tried to make some connections, and I didn't do that either. But I'd like to know more about them, and I'm continuing to explore that as well. Things will be better than they've been this week. Not been a fun week. But I am going to pick up the pieces. We are going to come back to life. I will rise like a phoenix, as Conchita Verse said. And hopefully TKR will be better than ever before. Watch for the stuff. I'll get some stuff up this week, and some of it will eventually come back up the next couple of weeks. And let me know what's going on in your life. Hopefully you're all staying safe, as I said. And I'm going to get off here and talk to you next week. Thank you for watching. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. And if you don't leave a comment, I don't know how I'm doing, so please leave a comment. Until next time, I'm TC Kirkham, the Kirkham Report, and TKR Video Central. I hope to see you soon on the interwebs. Ciao, baby.